job, because most of the soldiers, 99% of the military officers and soldiers will have to do a job. Of course, if you are well off, if you have a lot of private property, your parents are rich, you are wealthy, you can forget about it. But here in our country, I see maybe 98, 99% will have to find a job because the pension is not sufficient. The problems faced by the military per se is that majority of officers do not have technical or vocational skills or recognized academic skills. As a result, it will be extremely difficult to obtain jobs, ladies and gentlemen. The soldiers, especially when I address soldiers, when I speak about the soldiers, if they don't have a skill, they'll have a problem of getting jobs. And mind you, they are young, they'll retire after about 20 years, 22 years, they have family members who are also young, children who are young, they'll need to do a job. Of course, if you don't have skill, if you don't have trade, if you don't have academic qualification, you will have to do odd job, maybe labor, as a labor, maybe work in a factory, or work in a restaurant, or as a bus conductor. Today, there are over 1 million three-wheelers today, and most of them, you find even warrant officers, sergeant majors are driving three-wheelers, of course, which is, of course, not a very good thing. And furthermore, even to buy a three-wheeler, you need maybe about more than 5 lakhs today. Right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, what are the other options? If you don't have money, what are you going to do? Invariably, they'll get involved in unlawful things like maybe drugs, prostitution, Tamil link up with the underworld, etc. And ultimately, the net result is they'll get involved, they'll be arrested, and tarnish the image of the military. So it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, that your soldiers, the soldiers who are under you, the military, make sure that they have vocational training or some form of qualification to do a job when they leave, when they retire. What you see here, gentlemen, of course these are not accurate, but the retirement of soldier and officer. This year about more than 2,000 are retired. Next year 7,000. Then there is like that, within the next 3-4 years there will be about 23,000 retiring from the military. From the army alone, this is not army. We keep Navy and Air Force away. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 200,000 army, and 70% of the army is infantry. Most of the infantry officers, soldiers do not have skills. Of course, my child is from infantry. They have fighting skills. We have been fighting, they have been fighting for the last 20-30 years. They are very good at fighting skills are there, but they don't have vocational skills to obtain a job. This is the main problem that our soldiers will find. Salient factors is that army structure, the organization. There are no separate establishment to plan for vocational training. At the moment, the training is involved in planning, etc. Then there is no career planning for officers. I'm very, very unfortunate. I know in the Navy and Air Force, there are no proper career planning. Of course, I must mention, in the Navy and Air Force, there are most trades. So they are much better off than the Army. Of course, again, the Navy, the patrolmen, etc., they don't have a trade. So the Army, there's a major problem. 70% of the military is infantry. If they do not, when they go out, when they retire in 20 years' time, when they are about 45, when they are 40 years, what are they going to do? So it's our responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, to train them, make sure they are equipped with skills, vocational training, skills, trades, so that they can go and get a dignified job outside. Then again, ladies and gentlemen, technical units are much better off, because technical knowledge and skills they are mastered during the military career will serve them to obtain a good job once they retire. And also, doctors, professionals, doctors, engineers, accountants also will not have a problem. It is the infantry, the soldiers, officers without skills. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very important that they are trained on a vocational training. Vocational training provides opportunity for employment and income generation. NUK certificate enable the student to obtain a job in your country or in a foreign country. The system we have in our country, ladies and gentlemen, we have a NUK system that have been introduced about 4-5 years back, and we have levels from 1 to 7. 5, as you see there, is the diploma. 6 is the higher national certificate, and 7 is a degree. For information, ladies and gentlemen, you can get a degree, and now the government is focusing much on this vocational training. In time to come, all schools will have technological stream. And in fact, about 1 month back, GC O levels was made equivalent in a cabinet paper to NVQ 4, and advanced will be equivalent to 3 and 4, O level and GC O level. There will be different streams in schools. One stream is advanced level, O level, advanced level, etc., and you do a degree. Other level is NEQ, where we will start with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go to university. We do have university now we have in Pratmalana Vocational Training University is there. Now these are some of the organizations that provide degrees and training and vocational training. We have the department is there, which has about nearly 29 vocational training colleges right around the country, technical colleges. Then there are German Tech, NITEC there, University of Ocean University is there, in Matakulia, University of, then you have the Unitech in Ratmalana, where you can get a degree, you can get your MSc, you can even get your PhD. There are, at the moment, there are 39 disciplines, including food technology, hotel management, etc., etc. Speaking about the vocational training authority, where I am the chairman, we are leading training provider in the country. We have over 245 centers, and we have 7 national centers. In all 22 districts, we have 22 DVTs. Then we have centers, and also in prisons, rehabilitation camps, etc., etc. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we have 18 trades, nearly 100 different programs, and annually we have about 30,000 students. Some do 1-year course, 6 months, 3 months course, etc. The most important thing in this, ladies and gentlemen, we have trades, and after we do training in our center, they have to go and do on-the-job training. We say for automobile, we do 6 months training or 1 year, they'll go to Toyota, they go to AMW and do 1 year's training, then only they'll get the NVQ certificate. Likewise, in the construction industry, we do training for 6 months or 3 months, they'll go to a construction site, Tudor Brothers or Marga, and do training there for 1 year. After that, only you get to NUK certificate. They'll be tested after the on-the-job training. Likewise, in tourism, etc., they'll go to hotels, work there, and get their.
General, you have just 1 minute left.
Yeah, okay. And these are the vocational training centers we have in our. We are assisting the Army Kalawa Training Center there, Ranu Sevan Training Center there, and the Army and the VTA is helping them on this course. The methods to get this, there's a RPL system where qualified people, tradesmen can be given. They'll be tested and they can be given. And of course, there are other things, the NUQ system is there. Retired military person can get the NUQ system through RPL system, and also mainstreaming, what we have suggested, what I suggest, all trades in the Army, Navy, Air Force, they link with the Vocational Training Authority, and they can get, the tradesman can, through their promotion, they can get the certificate, NUQ certificate. Recommendation, ladies and gentlemen, last slide is that I recommend that there should be a directorate of vocational training in the Army. Very, very important. Plan for officer training, and also the vocational training center in the Army has to be expanded. Accreditation with trades and RPL to be done. All military, Army, Navy, Air Force to link, align their courses with the NUQ system, and once they are doing the trade testing, the soldiers, the officers will automatically get their NUQ levels. Of course, this is nothing important. The job placement center